Hello, my name is Dan Dixon, and today I'm going to talk about General James Reisner and his experience as an American prisoner of war in Vietnam. 8 years is a long time. Within this time, one could watch a helpless infant develop into an intelligent and playful child. One could also complete their high school years and go to and graduate college. But imagine being held in captivity for 8 years, away from your country, away from your family, away from your friends, being beaten every day, and spending the majority of your time in solitary confinement. This is exactly what General James Reisner endured as an American prisoner of war in Vietnam. In the absence of humanity, he had to rely on his faith in God and country to help him survive. Let's start out by covering some basics about General Reisner. General James Reisner enlisted in the United States Air Force as an aviation cadet in 1943. He eventually earned his pilot wings in 1944. He saw his first action over the skies of Korea as a fighter pilot in the F-86. He flew 108 combat missions and was credited with shooting down 8 enemy aircraft, earning him the title of Ace. So now that we know a little bit about James Reisner, let's talk about his 8 years as a prisoner of war in Vietnam. After Korea, General Reisner would go on to fly 55 more combat missions over the skies of Vietnam. However, on his 55th mission, while on a low-level attack pass, his aircraft was hit by small arms fire and began to spin out of control. General Reisner safely ejected from his aircraft, but was immediately captured by local Vietnamese villagers. Soon after that, he was transported to the infamous internment facility known as the Hanoi Hilton. Here he would spend the next 8 years being tortured and beaten daily at the hands of his cruel North Vietnamese captors. As a senior ranking officer at the Hanoi Hilton, Reisner led a group of American POWs, endearing himself to his fellow prisoners with his faith and optimism. Later, General Reisner would attribute his faith in God and country as being the only things that got him through this rough time. He's quoted as saying, "What sustained me to the greatest extent were my faith in God, the American people, my Commander-in-Chief, my fellow POWs, and my wonderful wife. I never lost hope, and then never did I despair about coming home alive." Eventually, General Reisner was released in Operation Homecoming on 12 February 1973 and returned to the United States after being held in captivity in Vietnam for 8 years. In conclusion, General Reisner's POW experience served as a perfect example of all that is right in our armed forces. The standard of valor, loyalty, dedication he set for himself and met as a prisoner of war have set the standard high for all our armed forces today.